Pink, otherwise known as Aunt's place, and then the Biker, otherwise known as Blue.
Yeah, we typically see the bomb sites that are on the same floor, so that second floor in the foosball room or the football room, as well as underneath in the bikers room.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of both of those.
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit more comfortable for the teams because you can't play vertically on this map. It's all about the external destruction and trying to recapture the bomb sites.
Yeah, absolutely. And without that floor destruction, being able to rotate down is very difficult without using the stairs and the drop downs. So it can definitely be one where you really want to pick your floor wisely. Pink is something we haven't really seen played much, but I do think it has some potential.
Yeah, and I think it does. It's just a matter of having it develop over time.
Yeah. I mean, though, they are going to go with the green, which I do think is good. I mean, we've seen some good defense of Biker in terms of like how you handle it, but I'm not a big fan of being on the same floor as the attackers. I like making them rappel up, and that's one of the things that's nice about football. The green side here is being on the second floor. They only have the stairs up or to rappel around the outside. Forcing them to do some vertical play can really put them in a disadvantage, especially if you can run outside, which you will see teams do. Now, we did see Orgless use that to their advantage against Milspec, where they kind of baited them outside and then shot them, but we'll see if they can do the same thing this time against Ferocity, who should know better.
Yeah, and we can see Kush laying down the camera inside of the A bomb site, and I mean, it's going to be perfect just for the reason that that bomb site's small as well as the one right next to it, and the cam's going to cover the entire room. But I want to take a look over here at Kanal. Now, Kanal's coming up to the roof right underneath of the green balcony. You can see him throwing his drone right down there. That's the doorway into A. And he's actually going to spot Doc. I think he got a Jaeger charge, though. Tries to get it, but...
Is he going to force him to use one of his stim pistol shots early?
Yeah.
Oh, someone dies, though. There goes Exclusive.
Exclusive just falling off the map quite early.
That's not good. Not sure what happened there, but it's not good whatever did happen.
We actually see a Favela making an appearance underneath in the biker's bedroom.
That's one of the first. I mean, we saw one earlier today, but other than that, I feel like that's almost the first in Pro League.
Yeah.
Between, I think so. We got NA bringing out only the only Favelas and the only Cavieras here. So definitely interesting meta differences between NA and EU for sure. But K9 already laying down the smackdown.
And you can see that looks as though it was downstairs, and Slash is also going to pick up the shots on the Talon. But right there we see Thermite fall into his death as he gets picked off by Kush.
Poor Slug.
Yeah, still a minute 30 left to go, though. It's now a 2-on-4. Kush is quite hurt after that engagement with Thermite, but he's still living, and Avian's going to make his way from Pink, looks like possibly down the hallway, into the bomb site. Now, Kanal was able to get inside, but had to back out. He laid down a Claymore, though, in case someone's going to try to rush out. Snake's going to be on the exterior part of the wall, lays down some incendiary arrows, smokes it over, and then will rappel in for the plant. But not in time. It will be Kush shooting right through the smoke. You can see how easily, with the daytime, he was able to look right through it and pick him off. Now, Avian's going to have to find a different way to get on in because Kush is holding the angle, but not in time. Avian is actually going to pick the shots off onto him. It is now all up to Deliken. A 1-on-3, 50 seconds left to go. Deliken's inside of the B-bomb, looking close down the hall. Here's the smoke, but K9 lifts his head up and gets the shot right onto Deliken.
Well played. Definitely, I thought for sure they were going to get some of those plants earlier. Slash getting picked off, not as much of a surprise, but I thought Capito having that smoke and the fire there to cover for him was going to be a for sure plant. Well played on Kush taking that down, but then once Kush got taken down there...
That was the second time. He got Thermite and then he got Capito. But.
Yeah, so well played by Kush. We see why he was the impact player, but just wasn't impact enough with the rest of the team dying off, especially that death at the beginning. Definitely not good for them with Jaeger just getting whacked.
I kind of feel like getting hit in the head with a gas grenade should at least make you unconscious for a few seconds. I mean, we saw Smoke throw the grenade right onto to K9, but
Poor
didn't
guy.
do anything. Man.
Just made him dizzy. So we do have them going down to the biker now. I think from when I saw them before that they tended to prefer playing downstairs a bit more, so it's not a surprise seeing Orgless doing that. And we'll see how they play it a little bit differently. No one bringing anything crazy on attack or defense. You see the Ferocity team bringing the Thatcher, though, and that's something we've seen a few times here on this to be able to take care of Bandit there. You see Bandit over Avian on the wall there, being able to put up batteries on some of those outside walls. That one in particular being one that they like to attack. There is 4 panels, though, and he only gets 3 batteries, so perhaps a mute would have been a better choice.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the reason Orgless is leaning towards this bottom bomb site is because with this team being so aggressive and so good with their gunfights, being on the bottom floor allows them to go out, make peeks, even after the bomb has been, or even after the diffuser has been planted.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more advantageous for their style of play.
Yeah, and also if they're good at controlling the floor above, they can use that by controlling the floor above and then firing down. We have seen some good hatch firing play when we've seen this map previously, so that could factor into their strategy as well. Kush, however, is already down. I am not sure what is going on with Ferocity, but they're having trouble during their prep phases.
Yeah, this is actually, I'm going to say, when he was trying to come up the ladder, there might have been a peek outside the top of Pink.
Oh, well, that could be problematic for him.
Might have had a shot here, but K9's on the cams outside. I don't actually think Ferocity realizes where all the standard cam placements are because Exclusive's just being spotted left and right.
Some good spots, lots of outside view.
But we do see most of the defenders being on third floor. However, Jarvis is going to drop down into the kitchen and looking towards Pink first floor. Now, if he goes down the stairs, he will be outside in the open, quote unquote, and will be detected after 2 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not like the Kanal basement.
Looking at Slash. He's inside the meth lab looking towards Weed. And just going to get back on cam, see what he might be able to spot. Deliken's going to toss in a nade right towards Avian. He's able to escape with his life as the wall gets opened up from Thermite. Now, this is that bomb site that we were talking about where the plant's going to come down. It's just a matter of when and how.
Yeah, you see, they didn't even bother reinforcing the other side because that the side that they've opened up is the side that is predominant for planting.
And Talon's getting in clear intel, calling the drop hatch open. Doesn't see anyone through it, though. But as he moves his way into Pink, he will spot Jaeger. And his drone will be knocked out.
They've got the diffuser just sitting there. They know they want to plant it, but they also know this place is swarming with defenders. They're going to have to pick off at least a couple more before they make any kind of attempt at a plant.
And so K9 got on cam, got some intel, and I think what he's going to do is pop out here in just a moment. I mean, this is what we were talking about with him being super aggressive. Kush, though, picks up the shot on the Snake. With that, it is now attacker favored as long as the wall is opened and he's got a man down. It's looking good for him. Jarvis, though, able to pick up Exclusive. Talon is able to trade it off onto Slash. This is going to be 45 seconds remaining. So looking here at Zed, he's covering this drop hatch right above the bomb site, calling it good for his team. And hopefully that plan's going to go down too, but the diffuser still hasn't been picked up just yet.
No, this is going to come down to the wire for sure. They really just want to get at least some idea where the defenders are at before they make this kind of push, even if they can't kill them all. But Avian needs some health.
Yeah, and so Kush needs to look left because Avian's coming on in, but Avian I don't think is going to look right, and it's going to be Ash getting the kill onto him. If he doesn't look, but there's the shots, all right.
He did.
There's Avian, he's now finally going to go down from Kush. Right on the other side of the couch, it's like, hear him tiptoeing around.
Yeah, creeping around in there.
He cost Zed his life, but a win's a win in their book, and they're ready to take that round.
Well, at least they didn't have to try and make that plant after all, because they were sure running out of time. So now it is back to the Ferocity in the football room again. They don't want to go down. They want to stay there where they managed to lose it previously. So hopefully they've got some good adjustments in mind. You see them bringing a bandit this time. Interesting enough, they decided no on the Caviar, as that didn't seem to pay off last time.
Yeah, Bandit is Zed's, I want to say, primary operator. So
yeah,
he's going back to what he feels most comfortable with, I feel like, and hopefully it's going to prove useful for him, and he'll secure a round.
I think it's good. I mean, you see that one outside wall that they tend to blow on there, and it's one that is kind of a pain to get with Thatcher. Like, you could time it. We have seen Orgless do that, where they can get the Thatcher there, but they didn't bring a Thatcher this time, and so it's going to be up to like someone like K9 to use that Twitch drone in order for them to find some other way to attack that, because they're not going to get that wall open so easily if he puts bandit batteries on it.
Yeah, and even if they were to throw an incendiary arrow, if we're looking down here at this drone hatch that Slash is going through, it's not enough to stop the bandit charge from being placed on the right side of that left wall.
Well, it looks like they changed last second to the biker. They're not actually in football. They were in football till the last second there. So they changed their mind. That's good. That explains now why he's playing bandit, as he just wanted to do pretty much what they were doing, although they've reinforced the other wall this time, unlike Orgless.
Now taking a look at the attackers, they all started out by the Ant's apartment, and that entrance point gives a more cover than a lot of the other locations for spawning, especially that roof's entrance. And that roof entrance, you can get picked off quite easily.
Yeah, and you see Orgless just taking out all the cameras here. trying to make sure that they have access to come in here and take control of Pink.
So that's going to be 10 health down on Kush as he does get nicked by K9's drone. Spotted out, and K9, I think, is going to go for the push there eventually.
Taking out, see, he's just getting all the cameras, even with his guns.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually called the information out to Avian, who was able to pick him off.
Well played. That's going to be a big help. Kush is one of those players that generally will get a lot of those early picks. So now they're going to be a situation where they have quite a bit of an advantage. And now they don't have a smoke on the defender's side as well. So that's something they can potentially take advantage of when they're going to make a push. But Snake, nade, living up to his name. Wiggled his nade too much.
I tell you what, he held on to it just a bit too long. Didn't get the shot in. Slash, though, droning it out. He actually hurt Slash as well too much. I think he's down to about 20 health here. And with that bandit charge going, no nades left. So it's going to be all up to K9's drone to get rid of the batteries if they want to get that wall open.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has any left, or they just could just be deployed and it doesn't show that he has them left.
So it's just over half the round left to go, and one player from each side have been killed off. And now it's a 4-4. Right below K9 is going to be Jarvis throwing a nade into the first floor biker's apartment.
Both important operators that have been killed, but not the only important ones. So this could definitely still go either way.
Taking a quick look from a bird's eye view, let's see where the attackers are going to be pushing from. We see Slash underneath, right outside the window, looking towards Zed. Over here, K9's in the second floor football apartment. Looking to see if someone's going to peek on out. Now we see Zed underneath. Let's look at this little engagement here between Slash and Zed. Now Slash is going to get that upper hand. He finally get the battery off.
Yeah.
He'll be able to blow the wall open at least with 40 seconds left to go.
Took a long time for him to get that happening, but it was worth the patience.
Yeah, and they were able to actually get in the meantime, they got the kill on the K9 on that second floor. So Diffuser's going to get planted here, and Exclusive's all the way on the other side. He's finally going to make it into the room. And Deliken's going to make a push in with Exclusive, but he'll be downed. Slash gets picked off by Exclusive, and now Exclusive will look left. Ooh, and it will be Jarvis getting the shots onto Talon. Exclusive, though, trading it off nice and easily. It is now all up to Avian, right up above inside of the football apartment. Now, he has a great angle here. I don't think they know he's here, but with Deliken getting picked up, it's now a 2-on-1. Just less than half the round, but Blackbeard's there to get the shots off. He's now been called out, but Deliken was able to get on in. He's going to get the defuse destroyed if Avian can't get it down in time. Oh, and there it is. It will be Deliken. Oh, actually, I don't know if he has enough time. He's got 4 more hits to go. 1, 2. Oh, and it's going to be the attackers.
Wow.
Oh, man. That fake, not the fake, but the decision to stop the defuse or stop destroying the diffuser to pick off Blackbeard.
I thought for sure he had it. Avian just, whether purposely or not, timed that perfectly, sacrificed his life to stop the defuse. Well played. So it does put Orgless up by a point now. Very, very tense point, as they just barely made that one. But they are going to go back down to the spot they like as well. We are finally seeing another Montaigne as well coming out from Ferocity.
I mean, was 30 minutes enough to make a Montaigne strat on this map?
They've got it now. This is definitely the new meta. And it's ironic given the discussions we were having earlier about Montaigne just not being a high pick rate. Maybe that will change.
I feel like our lunchroom might have been bugged.
Yeah.
Listening to our conversations, I see how it is.
I would say, we need to see it work first, but Nick showed us how to do it earlier. So the question is, does Ferocity have the same level of skill with Montaigne that Nick showed us on Lunatic?
And I'd be confident in that either of these teams are capable of generating a new meta with new operators. Or with old operators.
Definitely something we're hoping to see here. Like we've discussed before, Castle was something like that just wasn't picked all that well. They didn't even really change it much, but people just figured out how to use them eventually. So it could also be something that only works on certain maps as well. So this being a map that I would be interested to see how the Montaigne plays into it.
Yeah, I'm particularly wondering that as well. And my assumption is he might be the one blocking the doorway while we had Zed last time up through the drop hatch. So I think it might be a similar idea.
Yeah, I would say he's almost, generally used for the plant. Although one of the times on Oregon when Nix was pushing that top floor dorms, it just seemed like he was almost there just to kind of block up the hallway as they pushed forward rather than being a plant cover.
Yeah, we can already see the attackers getting into position here. Zed's up top on the roof. We're watching Exclusive outside by the courtyard. And this is going to be in between of the yellow tower as well as that first floor biker's apartment. Yeah, that's the blue wall that you see to his right.
Yeah, this is one of the walls he's going to want to blow here, but he's just trying to decide how he wants to execute this before he does it, making sure that the rest of his team's ready for that, because it's going to open up a lot of fire from the inside as well.
He wants to get some cover from his team, I think. I mean,
yeah, Montaigne, get over here.
We see Slash up inside the meth hall. It seems like he's enjoying that meth hall. I mean, he's been there 2-3 rounds now, but ooh, and it looks as though Slash was able to get picked off. I think that was from Kush through the wall.
He's not. He's crawling away, though. That's what's important, right, is if he can get picked up by his teammates, but they are trying their best to stop that.
With that, I think Exclusive got one of the walls opened up. Talon's going to lead the way into the kitchen with Montaigne. Now, is it going to be disastrous? I don't think so. Not yet, anyways.
Yeah, it's hard to say what he's going to do with it. He's not the one carrying the diffuser like we saw Nick's doing sometimes. But there goes FPSZ.
Now looking at Exclusive, the nades are going to go in. He's actually might get the plant down here. Let's take a look at Talon. You can actually plant right inside the kitchen here. I don't think the defenders know it just yet. Diffuser will get planted. K9's trying to come up from around and behind. Now he will be able to pick up Slash. And Talon gets the knife onto Snake. Avian, though, trades it off onto Delike, and that's not going to be any more Buck or Capital. Now looking over here at Kush. He's got a nice angle covering from the right side of the bomb room. Exclusive will pick up the shots into Jarvis, and Talon is just going to be here, being the movable wall. Looking all up to K9 and Slash. Now K9's going to get picked off immediately from Kush, and now it's all up to Slash, but he will not be able to land the shots either, as Kush finishes off both of them with instant headshots.
Well, we've seen another successful Montaigne strat. I like that one because you just barely had to edge into the kitchen. He's barely using the doorway. I mean, opening up the wall there can be a little risky in that they can come flank around from behind you, but I think the idea is that he can see into the room well enough to see if someone's going to be doing that and adjust accordingly. So it is a nice strat, very interesting. We have seen now 3 strats pulled off with Montaigne. One of them may have been just kind of a last-minute decision, but definitely well played. We almost saw Caviera again for a second there. It looks like they changed their mind, though, and are going with something a little more typical.
Yep.
And we are seeing, I think, are they playing the no rook dock this time?
There is a rook.
Okay,
I don't believe there's a dock. There is a rook dock.
They're definitely a big player of dock, so it's good to see them bring the rook as well.
Yeah, we saw them actually play dock on the first Playday in Kanal. And that's where they downed each other with Blackbeard and Doc together.
Right.
Downed each other, Doc got right back up and was able to win the round by getting rid of the diffuser.
So nothing too crazy coming here on attack as well. Pretty much the same attack that they brought last time. Let's see if they're going to be able to pull it off this time as they did last time, thanks to Avian's last-minute sacrifice, I think it was. So it looks like they're kind of scrambling a little bit to decide what to do.
Yeah, and I think what we're going to see here is Kush staying up inside of the pink apartment here. He's opening up a walk-through hole so that he can just get as much flexibility and mobility into this site as he wants, basically.
That's a little risky because that hatch right there could be really problematic if they open that. They have a nice angle down into this room as well as the room next to it. But hey, maybe you can use that against them.
Yeah, plus these late shotgun shells might just give away his position. I mean, Blackbeard's already at the top of the stairs, ready to drone on down. He's going to see the wall open. He'll spot Kush. Kush's back is to the drone, but now Kush finally sees it. Avian has actually decided better not to go after the fight.
Yeah, as much as it was an interesting idea, like, it definitely got called out now, so that could be something that backfires against him.
We're going to see Snake pushing up from the external street. Now, this is that window where it was Bandit and Thermite last time going at it, and Zed didn't meet the good end of the barrel. He decided he was going to eat some bullets last time.
Well, hopefully Snake doesn't overcook his grenade again, but he is going to be dealing with ADS issues. He tries to get those nades in there and tries to help Slash out.
So the other ADS will get rid of that nade should Snake throw it. I think he's going to have one of his teammates there first. Delikin, though, able to get one shot, and Snake gets the other trade right there, but Zed is still right in line, and that's going to be... He's actually overhealed right now. Doc's keeping him alive. And no more incendiaries, I don't think, either. He might have one left, but you can see that green bar underneath of Zed's white health. It's just telling him he's overhealed at least over 100.
Yeah, he's really holding that position as best he can against a lot of pressure. It's unfortunate for Delikin that he wasn't able to do what he needed to do, but taking down Avian's definitely an important thing.
Now Jarvis is up here above the bomb site. He opens up the drop hatch, and not quite sure Kush heard it just yet. He should have. He's got the wall open to his right. But he's also keeping a close eye on those main stairs. But I think what he's going to do is go to the right and just finish off Buck. Because Buck is paying too much attention right now. Actually, he's not. He's looking right at the doorway. But we'll have to stay tuned and see. Taking a look over here at Snake. He's going to drop down into the bomb site. Tries to get the shots onto Zed. But Zed turns. And it's actually Talon that picks it up from behind. Great shots covering his teammate, but Thermite then trades it off to Slash, picking up the kill into Talon. It's now 3-on-3, 40 seconds left to go. Jarvis picks up Exclusive. They know Zed's in here to the right. Zed's going to go around the corner. Fire just doesn't land the shots on the Slash, but he will there as he comes back for a second peek. Thermite goes down. Now it's a 2v2. Jarvis still upstairs in the second floor. Now he's rotated to the first floor. Looking left into the bomb site. Twitch there as well. Zed is right there. He actually didn't see Zed. He looked right at him, and it will be Zed getting the kill for Jarvis.
Oh, my goodness.
Defenders winning the round. You saw him double check it. He had to do a double take, and still, right there's the peak. There's the kill.
Had he seen and realized he was there, that guarantee would have changed the ending of that round. Since Zed, getting Zed out of there obviously is their biggest problem.
I mean, I'll believe that he missed that, because I too, if it wasn't for the yellow bandit sign above him, I mean his lifeless body was sitting on top of barbed wire.
Yeah.
Normally you're in the barbed wire. Here it looked like it was sitting on top, so it could have just been a ragdoll effect. I might have had to do a triple take before I got that shot off.
Yeah, that was definitely surprising. Ferocity already a point ahead because of that. They've just had so much trouble getting Zed out of there. He's like a tick in there. Took forever for Slash to get him out that first time that they managed to. And that time they expended so many resources just trying to do it, and ultimately it cost them the entire round.
Yeah, I mean, I did like the coordination. They got the wall opened up and Buck dropped at the same time trying to get in there, but Zed was just on point, ready for it.
Yeah, it should have been a situation where Buck could have killed him right there. Or, I mean, yeah, Buck could have killed him, and then K9 would have been fine as well. They just walked on in, and they would have been like 2v1 at that, but it just did not work. So we are going to see them for once playing upstairs now, as I think they won the downstairs, so they're going to have to.
Yep.
So they definitely don't prefer this, but they're going to play it.
Actually, I don't think they did, because it was 2-1, Orgless was up. And now it's 3-2 with Ferocity. So I think they're willingly choosing this bomb site, and for good reason. I mean, they lost the last time, and they're going to have to change it up, and hopefully something else will work for them.
A lot of the cameras going down here as everyone starts to work their way into position. They definitely are looking like they want to take out some of these walls, give themselves some nice angles in. At least the walls that aren't reinforced. That weed room could be a difficult one to see into in terms of all the stuff in the way, you can see.
And so Kush had a good angle there, but looks like he's just going to give it up after not spotting anyone immediately inside of the weed.
At least he went for a pre-fire first to say, hey, you know, if there's anyone there, I'm going to take a shot real quick, and then I'm going to go.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Zed as well, just trying to take some angles. I like that they're using the roofs here to just have some sharp angles down into the rooms.
And you can see the reinforced wall right above Exclusive is one that was intentionally put there, because that gives them a good line of sight down through weed, down all through the second floor apartment. And that's why they're getting it opened right now. You're going to see, I believe it is Delaykin. We're going to look through there eventually. Actually, no, we got Kush there. But this is that angle we're talking about. All through weed, down in through. You can actually see into the pink hallway. And this is what's going to help cut that bomb site in half.
It's knowledge of these kind of angles that is obviously the reason why Ferocity chose this map. A map they feel confident on and are a point ahead on right now.
And Exclusives, this is that second thermite charge. It's got to go up here and open up the wall. But right there, Slash is able to peek on out. I believe it was from downstairs.
He's trying to figure out where it came from at this point.
The wall's reinforced, the window's closed off. It's not from there. Had to have been from the left side on the ground level. But Exclusives got to feel confident to open this up now, because there's only 1:15 left, and it's still a 5-on-4 with only Delaykin falling right now. But Avian, as I say that, is able to pick off Zed. Now the tide's all in favor of Orgless here.
Nice choice opening that up real quick, although it was a little too late in terms of making that peak work, but
ooh, Kush able to use that G36 and pick up the kill on a Snake. Now it's a 4-3. Just under a minute to go. Jarvis trying to lurk from behind upstairs or downstairs. Moving into weed here in just a moment. K9's over inside of the second floor apartment. Now his feet are exposed to a drone hatch, but luckily for him, there's no one inside a weed room just yet. Actually, as we say that, I think Kush was in there.
Yeah, looking around for someone. Slash finds someone outside.
He's going to look at the meth. He actually doesn't see K9 in time, and K9 gets the flick right onto Kush, and now it is all up to Exclusive with Diffuser in hand, but he's up top in a very tough position. Looks right. We actually have Avian right at the bottom of the stairs. He's looking to come make a let, but Jarvis is there for the kill on Exclusive.
Jarvis, you stole my kill. That's what Avian was thinking.
Most likely. But look at the angle right there. He's
Nice.
all the way in yellow,
Wow.
looking through the weed door, looking through the kitchen, looking through the A bomb site, into the doorway, right where he was coming through.
Someone knows his angles there. It's a nice long shot for a defender to take.
Very long.
So well played. That does bring us to a tie. Are they going to bring out Caviar again? Thinking about it, they were even going to play pink for a second there. Decided not to play the answer rooms and are going to go to football again.
Yeah, and I think this is what we saw the first time when they chose that bomb site. Is we saw a Caveira from Zed, and it's got to be something planned. It can't just be, oh, hey, I feel like playing Caveira, because all these strats, all these teams have operators planned for particular bomb sites, and so hopefully that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a strategic plan with choosing her.
The only two reasons I can see that to happen is one is if you think there's a way that people are going to come like alone and you can cut them off and take advantage of the interrogate. The other one is if you think you have a good flank route that you could take advantage of that silent step to make a real quick flank on someone or jump outside and use it to get back inside.
I would say that would work, like the flank and the silent step, but the majority of this map, especially on the second floor, is all done via outside.
Exactly.
You open up the walls, you hold angles from roofs, and it's uncommon to see a push come from the inside of the building.
Yeah, and well, hopefully Zed will show us what he's got in mind here, because we haven't seen a lot great play from Caviar. Even when we've seen Caviar picked, we just haven't seen it do anything. So it's going to be a big question mark here in this round, as it is the second time we've seen it. A lot of walls to reinforce on this map. Definitely have to be choosy about which ones you're going to do, as sometimes you don't have enough reinforcements to cover all the ones you might want.
Ooh, and K9 throws the Twitch drone, and it is just flying.
All right, interesting spot.
I'll tell you.
Not where he wanted it, though, and it
I
can't
didn't realize
jump.
in 4.2 that got a jet engine and some wings to go on it, but
As the
nonetheless.
As the video shows, it's an incredible piece of machinery.
All right, so Avian is on the top of the roof now, looking down pink stairs, and not going to see anyone. It looks as though the defenders aren't going to be in sight just yet. Jarvis outside by the armored vehicle. And this is that market square that looks similar to that Kanal garage, but again, that's only for the attackers.
A lot of positioning going on, similar to what we saw from Ferocity, where everyone's just trying to get these angles, but these are a little more straight-on angles, less of a downward angle that we saw from Ferocity.
See, now, if there's a window right behind Exclusive. If he was to open that up, he might spot one of the defenders, and I believe it was Jarvis who was out there. But nope.
Yep, that's the hatch I was talking about earlier. See, now he's got access to that room there, and it's a deadly spot to be in. He's
going to pre-fire, but no, it's going to be Kush coming around, getting a shot onto Jarvis as he's trying to fiddle with, I believe that was Exclusive. But in the meantime, Snake's able to pick off Exclusive as he's running away. And Zed's still down here, about to hop outside, I feel like.
Yeah.
Looking to see if he might see someone repelling.
He's thinking about it, and I do think that is what it's for, is for him to take advantage of running outside.
You can see Snake's external drone here is just spotting windows being open, saying, hey, there might be someone here. K9, though, able to pick off the shots onto Talon. Doc not getting back up from that one. Now, looking over at Slash. I'm sorry, there's Snake. Snake's finally able to get Kush. Now, these two are looking at each other left and right through that blown wall. And just fortunately for Snake, he was able to get the shots.
He's definitely been taking advantage of that position a lot, and finally deciding it's time to move out of it. He's not going to get any more kills from it.
So you can see that first smoke going down, and that's just in case they decide to blow open that wall. He's able to get the coverage.
Oh, Zed went for the outside kill and got taken down by Snake for it.
So last one alive is going to be Delikin. 20 seconds left on the clock. He's already killed one. It's now a 1v3. Avian's still on pink stairs, but K9 is there in that spot he's been in every single round to pick up the shots onto Delikin.
Definitely not an ideal situation for Delikin, who was hoping to kind of put pressure on the direction that he was facing originally, but didn't expect people to just be standing right there in that other room as he came around.
So with that, we are on the match point with Orgless leading the way. Now they've won the last two, so they can pretty much feel confident about how their play style is going to be today.
Yeah, and they are going to go back down to that bottom floor. Going to see if they can play it maybe as well as Zed did. See if Avian can kind of hide his way in one of those corners.
Yeah.
In that bomb spot. Not quite sure, but Zed definitely made it difficult for them to get him out of there. I'm curious if Avian can really pull off the same thing down there if he does go to put batteries on it. We don't see anyone bringing the, any kind of Thatcher or anything like that, but they are bringing Montaigne again, which they did use on the football room, I believe it was, whereas now they're going to have to try and do that down here. However, that actually works just, I think, as well down here. You open that wall, you get that plant down where Avian's at. Might work if you can cover it from the window so that anyone rotating into that room is going to be cut off. But, if they have smoke, things like that, if you can take out, or if smoke gets taken out first, though, that could definitely be a strong plant for Montaigne.
Yeah, and I feel like that could work. I feel like that's what they're going to be going for. Just a matter of will it be executed successfully.
Yeah, it's definitely an iffy thing, but we did see them at least pull off the last time. So, 1 out of 2 ain't bad for new Montaigne meta.
No, and I think this is where Kush got down last time. He got up the ladder, and across the way is a door at the very top of Pink. And I think that's where he got injured and then just decided to fall back.
Good
the last
call,
time he
I
was
guess.
there.
Better to fall back than to fall down.
So here we are looking at exclusive. This is, again, first floor bomb site in that biker's apartment. He's going to open up that wall eventually.
They're still not reinforcing the other side of the garage the way Ferocity does. I gotta imagine there's a reason for that. Either they don't want to use it the reinforcements, or they like it being like that so they can use it somehow. A lot of focus on that window, though, as they're gonna want to take Bandit out of there.
And taking a quick look at the engagements, Snake is lurking upstairs in the top of the Ant's apartment. Now, Kush is actually about to blow up the wall to his right. I think. Let's see here. Delikin, though, able to use the incendiary arrow to pick off Avian. Great arrow there by Delikin. Right on the other side of this window is going to be Snake. Don't think Kush realizes it just yet unless he's already droned the area out. But Snake is actually going to push outside and shotgun Kush. Now Jarvis is also at the same time able to pick up the kill onto Delikin. With that, it's going to be in the defender's favor as we reach the halfway point in the attack phase.
I like to see exclusive just chicken out there like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother with this room anymore. It's a death trap.
See that entire yellow tower being opened up there. And Zed got into quite a bit of an engagement, down to 510 health. If I was him, I might try to find a roof to fall off on. There's still plenty of time to be picked back up. But I don't think he's for that game at the moment.
No, I think he'd rather play it aggressive.
Let's take a look over here at Montaigne. Montaigne we haven't looked at yet this round. I haven't seen him do too much.
No, it almost looks like he wanted to go in the same way last time when they planted, but that's not where the bomb's at.
Oh, and Slash able to peek right outside, gets one. Can he land the shots onto exclusive? He downs him, but does pay the price for not getting the headshot. And in the meantime, Jarvis picks up that trade. And so, with it being said, it was all up to Zed. Still with 5 health left to go. He's going to open up the wall, give away his position. K9's going to look right over there and wait for the shots to come on in.
And I have camera on that diffuser, so it's going to be hard for Zed to make this pickup. Oh.
You can see it. She's like, I got the angle, waiting for it. But Zed's going to move away.
Doesn't even have to be a headshot on Zed with such low health.
And so going up the stairs is where Zed's going to make his move. 20 seconds left to go, a 3-on-1. All up to Zed. He's going to drop right here, picks up the kill onto Snake, and is Jarvis going to get the shots, or it might be K9? I think K9's going to get the bullets here. Does see him. He actually did see him. Oh, a little flick right there from K9. Finally gets the shots onto Zed. Another delayed, just little hesitation right there.
I was worried Zed was going to win once again from someone not seeing him. But we also don't know what field of view that these guys are on, so it's hard to tell what they can actually see exactly. But that is going to conclude that map for Orgless. So, interesting choice from Ferocity, but not their best one.
Yeah, and I mean, they put up a fight, but just not enough to at least take it to overtime and then ultimately to secure the win.
Yeah, my hope is that teams watching this match, as well as the previous Favela ones, are starting to formulate some ideas, say, there are some ways to play this. We can do it better. We can do it stronger. Let's bring Favela out.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people saw this as being an attacker-friendly map or attacker-favored.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw defense be very successful. So I like the fact that teams are putting the time, putting the effort in to learn this map and make it so that it's not just one of those ultimate, okay, we're going to ban this right away.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like Border, where Border almost didn't make an appearance during its season till the next season.
Yeah.
But looks like we might be wrong with Favela.
Teams are ready to develop this, and I really like seeing
Favela.
that. Favela. All right. So with that, we are going to get underway onto our next map, which is Kanal. So Kanal is a map we've seen here pretty often, not every single week, but we've seen it pretty often. And at least in the PC realm, the PC world, we've never seen it over in red.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. That would really shake things up. Who knows? Maybe there's a Montaigne strat here as well. Actually, that being said, I believe there is a Montaigne strat in terms of planting kitchen, where they come in those side stairs. Could see Montaigne again.
Very well could be. So let's get underway with Kanal for our second match and the final map of today's Pro League here for North America PC between OrglessGG and Ferocity eSports.
Should be very good here. I imagine Ferocity going to put up a bit of a fight. Going to play that server control room first. Everyone's going to be, unless there's some new crazy thing they're willing to try. Coast Guard, though, the shunned spot.
The shunned spot.
Maybe never shall it be seen. We'll see. But we are going to start with another Caveira pick in server control room. Did not work out for Zed last round. We did see what he wanted to do with it, that quick run out. I don't know if there's I mean, I guess there's basement on this one where he can actually go down and not be spotted.
See, now we're seeing a mute instead of a smoke here.
Yeah.
And I think it's supposed to take the spot of Bandit, but I'm curious because Smoke has been one of those operators that's been chosen, especially for this bomb site, to alleviate the push from the box.
Yeah.
And the box is one of the most pushed areas here on this map and on this bomb site. And so the Smoke is able to just gas out the entire box area for that ultimate final push towards the end.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I would have taken Smoke instead of Caveira and kept the mute.
Yep.
Just because.
Agreed.
Yeah, the jammers, you only takes one jammer to jam both walls. You could even try and trick it if you want to sacrifice a jammer.
I mean, previously on this map, we've seen, I believe it was Flipside, had some great cam placements that just allowed them to dominate the map.
Yeah.
And I feel like you could get rid of Caveira, because Caveira, I think what they're trying to do is, all right, someone gets injured in the server room, everyone else is over on box, you interrogate, you get the information. You can get all of that information from the Valkyrie cams if they're placed well enough.
Well, it looks like Caveira is going to play in red, so maybe there's a whole plan with that in terms of the late flank using that speed here. So
there's actually two over in red. We're going to see Mute and Zed kind of duoing over here in the Coast Guard office.
Maybe that was the point of bringing Mute, right, to stop them from catching them out droned over here. But they're bringing a Thatcher on the attacker side, and we've seen what they do with that, where K9 plays that red roof. So the question is, if they come out on that red roof, is he going to be there to catch them? But he isn't on there just yet. Looks like he's playing a little bit differently, catching that those windows are open, realizing I don't think red's as safe as it usually is.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell him. You can definitely tell that he's putting focus on that map, and we'll have to see: are the attackers gonna go for it?
Well, he's got to use that game sense, see if he can figure out where they're at.
Now, taking a look at the other three defenders, Talon's over here inside of the circle monitors. We've got Exclusive in servers, and I believe Delicon is going to be in connector. Now, Snake's drone made it all the way in, but it might have just been, not destroyed, but jammed by Mute's jammer.
Interesting position there.
So with that, that's going to be Slash calling that out, saying, hey, we have a Jaeger in there. Pre-fire is going to happen here eventually. But in the meantime, let's take a quick look, because Blackbeard got into quite a bit of damage out here on the balcony of server.
Yeah, it's a situation where he is the perfect person to be trying to pick off this Jaeger, but he's just really having trouble fighting him. And Jaeger.
Ooh, and there's the down from Exclusive, but he doesn't want to risk running out there. He knows there's got to be more people.
Not finishing the job, though, could really come back to bite him here.
So there are three, including Thermite, outside on the ledge.
Yeah, they're all protected from red, though.
Four now. So there's four of them right out here. And this is where that information from the Valkyrie cams would be so useful, so that they can just rotate everyone back, pull them back over. But Snake going to incendiary the stairs, make it all clear, and they're going to make a push in here shortly to try to get Exclusive. But Slash picks off the first kill on a Talon. Now Exclusive is holding onto this angle. He doesn't have much else to go, but it looks as though Delicon got injured.
He did see Avian coming around the tip of that shield there, so he's going to probably try and use that crack again, but Delicon crawling away bloody is a good distraction.
Ooh, and Kush picks up the shot. Snake trying to go for a peek from underneath, will be killed in the process. And there it is, Kush picking up Snake now. So with that, a 3-on-3, 15 seconds to go. Diffuser in the hand of Avian. Now he's made it into server. Jaeger's gonna rush in, but just can't get the kills or the bullets flying out of his gun. He gets injured but not killed just yet. K9 though picks up to Lycan. It's now all up to Mute. Mute is over here inside of the control room. Gonna go for the shots right on the Jarvis, finishes him off. He's now called out inside of the hallway. But Avian's looking one way, K9's looking the other. Gonna pre-fire the window, but no, K9 gets the shots on the Kush, and it's gonna be round 1 going to Orgless.
I love that, you know, exclusive not finishing off Avian absolutely did come back to get him.
Yep, definitely.
So, yeah, you really need to finish the job when it comes to situations like that, especially when it's a Blackbeard, right?
Especially when it's a Blackbeard, but at the same time, it was a smart move.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knew he downed him, he just didn't get the kill. He knew he downed him,
Yeah.
but he also knew that, hey, there's at least one other, if not 4 other players outside on that platform.
Absolutely. We see something we've seen a lot more typically here with the server control room is bringing a castle now. So Avian bringing that castle, definitely seen this work a lot in terms of keeping those window shields. We don't see a sledge on the side. We see an operator we haven't seen a lot of here at the Pro League, which is IQ as well. So
Yeah.
this is definitely a night of 1,000 surprises in terms of operator picks. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, I'm not sure what the purpose of that is other than perhaps to trying to see where the ADSs are, maybe get some idea if there's mute jammers or other stuff. But, I mean, it's not a ton of utility on this particular bomb spot, but I could be wrong. We'll have to see what the strategy is with that, as I doubt Talon chose that, you know, willy-nilly. So.
I mean, some teams have gone with a pulse on this map, and I believe that Orgless may have been one of those teams, but they've changed it up recently.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the IQ is going to be used for, because typically what you'll see is a pulse playing either inside of the box hall or inside of the box itself, and just waiting to push out for when Thermite goes for the plant. Now, if he's got his device out, all it is a matter of IQ just saying flip it up and saying, all right, he's in there, let's be more cautious than normal.
Definitely. Although in this case, not going to make a difference for Talon, so hopefully he's got a backup plan there, if that was his plan. All those windows castled up now. There are some good ways to try and kind of cook a nade and take out some of them remotely, but it is going to kind of land on Kush as Ash to take out a few of them as well, unless someone wants to risk rappelling up there for 12 smacks on each window.
And so we'll have to see who's going to draw the short straw and have to do that.
Looks like someone else just drew the short straw and carrying the diffuser at least.
So here it is, Zed making his way into the hallway by Coast Guard office, just going to rush on in. He knows it's all clear. Now he's just going to hold the angle here. Now, this poster is client side. He's not literally just looking through a poster.
Yeah, pretty sure he can see something else on his side. The spectator's going to be a little bit different slightly than from what he sees.
There he goes and sees one window outside by the jail cell opened up.
So we do... Oh, the C4 already.
Nice C4 by Slash, picking off Capital.
Oh, they got it open now. So that was what the punishment was for opening that wall.
So this is one of those Valk cams that worked very well for Flipside, and it looks like it's going to be very useful here for Orgless as well.
That's the important part of watching these Pro League games, is to learn those spots, trying to use them yourself. Slash hoping to get his second one after that C4 kill, but it's going to be a little tricky. He's got to wait for them to push.
Now let's keep an eye on Talon. Right now he's droning out red, cleared it all out, going to move on over into the box. I want to see what is going to be the deciding factor for why Ferocity chose IQ. It could have just been, hey, we need a better gun, we need a better fragger, because she does have one of the best guns in the game. It's just a matter of her utility. Are they picking her for that, or are they picking her for the weapon?
Well, on the upside, they have three-speed attackers because they have Ash, Capital, and IQ. So that does give them a lot of attack and gun power. All three of their guns are good. All their speed's good. But Slash catching him while he's on his little PDA there.
There it is. Slash peeking out, gets IQ. Unfortunately, you pulled out the pistol at the wrong time. And there's going to be another kill from Slash as he peeks around. Here's Kush repelling. It is now all up to FPS Zed with 50 health. Now he's not stuck, but he is inside of the bridge here. As he's just holding, looking for a push from Avian. I think Avian knows he's there. Metal detectors might give him away if they get a little bit closer to the bridge.
He's hoping to try and pick up Slash, who's not there anymore. Slash has gotten 3 kills already, so even if he dies, he's more than done his job for the round.
Now Slash is inside the bridge, right where Zed was. I think he's going to peek out here in just a moment. Is he going to spot him? No, because Zed has already managed to get inside the kitchen hallway, and Avian will be the one to finish him off.
Avian getting the kill steal this time. Well played, though. That he just didn't have a lot of options at that point. They were really well guarding all the entrances. I mean, Slash rotating all around, even behind him, couldn't guard back the way he went. So it is definitely looking like an Orgless favored map as they chose it, and they're showing why with 2-0 up already.
Yeah, and that metal detector, I think, is what provoked Slash to go outside and look. I mean,
Yeah.
the metal detector obviously only gets triggered and stays triggered for about 30 seconds or so after it's gone off, which means, hey, he's been the only one alive for 30 seconds. Time to check out why that went off.
Definitely. It is something that this map and Bank both have that is kind of an interesting feature specifically of the map. We do see that Caviera pick again. We didn't really see necessarily what was going to happen with the last time. Saw him standing at that window, kind of down in the kitchen. May see him doing the same thing again, but we didn't get a chance to catch what he was doing with that as he got shot from the side.
I think what he was doing is right underneath this window is the window that she was staring at. So there was a hole open in the floor.
Yeah.
I think he was waiting for someone to push him from the window, but
I don't
right
think-
in through the hallway, I believe, is where Ash or someone came in and just annihilated her.
I'm not sure what the point of picking Caviera for that is like, yeah, you get down with the pistol fast, but why not just kill with a shotgun? So, I mean, obviously, that Caviera does have a shotgun as well, don't get me wrong, but I just don't see the point of picking Caviera for that. Although he is going to go red brick again, or just long enough to put some boards up.
He is actually barricading Kush over here, maybe making people think that, hey, if the door's closed off, they must not be over here.
That does
But
work.
I don't think Orgless is going to fall for it.
Then he opens it right.
Giving away his position. You got to be quiet, mute.
Thanks, Zed. He definitely is using these jammers, though, to try and secure his position. Zed trying to chase that drone as much as he can here.
So the M12 is a weaker SMG than most others, and we're already having a silencer on it. I don't know if Zed is trying to live up to the silence expectations of Caveira, but having a silencer on the M12, not sure that's the best option. But Snake is there to peek in from the window and finish Zed off.
That drone
Again,
play.
Not another attempt. Like, we're not seeing Caveira be useful here.
I'm just happy to see them picking different operators. I'm just less happy to see that they're almost always dying before they can really do anything with them.
Yep. Avian's outside the window. EMP goes out.
He's even jiggle peeking while rappelling like this. The man cannot sit still.
Looking on K9 though. K9's going to actually be outside of the box. Now we just get off Avian. He's now able to get the shots onto Exclusive.
Good trade for last time where he got down from that. He was ready for that this time.
See, it's looking really good for Orgless right now. It's 2-0,
yeah.
5-on-2 with half the round still remaining. I mean, they have plenty of time to set up an offense, plenty of time to drone out and where they want to go.
Not even any lost health on their side.
No, but as I say that, Slash moves on in. Will be downed, not killed just yet, but underneath, the C4 comes from Deliken, and that's going to be one dead Deliken. But Avian also picks off the kill onto him. It's now all up to Talon, and as I say that, Avian gets his 4th kill of the round onto Talon.
That's just not looking great for Ferocity on this map here. We've seen some strong play from them, but we're seeing even stronger play here from Orgless. That's not to say they can't come back. It's not match point yet. It's only 3-0. They have some play here if they can win this. Now, Orgless, because of winning the top floor, are forced down to the inferior bomb spot. This is the time where Ferocity needs to make their win. This is their best chance to make a win, and doing this gives them a little more buffer, a little closer to trying to get that overtime if they need it. We do see them bringing Montaigne as they know they're going to be down there. We may see that strat now trying to plant Kitchen. So I got to be honest, though, we haven't seen a lot of success for that when we've seen it in the past. But just like we saw earlier, it can work with that Montaigne plant. You just have to play it right.
Yeah, and Orgless, typically, what I've seen teams do is they'll hold the top floor similarly to the same way they'd hold this floor. And it's a 3-2 split or a 2-3 split. So as long as they can hold on to that top floor, I don't necessarily see this working out too well. Now, keep in mind that the floor here into Kitchen is not, or the ceiling of Kitchen is not the entire floor of Server. We're taking a look here. The hallway, which is not breakable, as well as the platform outside of Server, is not breakable. And so there's about 1/4, if not 1/5, of the map of the room that you can't play vertical on.
No, but they can't play at a 45-degree angle, so if they know there's a Montaigne coming, it could be interesting to see them try and play that angle, but he does have that extended shield that goes a little bit over his head now, so it might not be as easy to even take advantage of that on Montaigne. However, you might be able to get the diffuser behind him. They're still worried about that open door.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, we only see, I believe it is one of the defenders up the stairs, and it's going to be Slash on Valkyrie. Pre-opening up some of the windows, but will be droned out by Talon. No cams left, so she did place all 3 cams. Wonder if she got any outside. There we go, right outside. Good placement here. That's going to let them know if they're coming in from the map's windows. And underneath, she will be spotting Ash.
Definitely a little bit harder to play Valkyrie now without 4 cameras. You know, a reduction of 1 camera doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you need to cover outside and inside, it can really make a difference.
He's going to have to break the glass. Tries to throw it out, and it will be stuck. Slash, I tell you, got to break the glass there. There you go. Now you can throw it out. He's going to take one last peek. Ash has disappeared.
Too late. It was a nice idea, though. I liked it. But it looks like Delican's bashing that open. So much for that castle.
Jarvis was looking to see if he was going to stay at the window, but nope. Decided it was time to back on down. Now, Avian has a nice peek into the garage. That's right behind the bomb inside of B. It looks straight down.
I like all the vertical play happening here. Almost makes me feel like I'm watching Chalet. That slow Montaigne creep. Seems like he's a little worried. He could be dealing with an issue here, but he is keeping his gun out.
Yeah, the attackers are working on trying to get as much information, and this is what's going to allow Talon to be effective. He needs to know where the C4 is going to come from, who's there, who's going to be still using them, and here we have Talon then moving on up. Exclusives covering the left. We've got, I believe it is Delican covering the right. Tries to shoot it. There it is. All right, so here comes the smoke grenade. That's going to stop the push. Might not kill him, but it will definitely stop the push here from Montaigne. Now, Exclusive is working towards getting a shot. Let's take a quick look as he goes for Jaeger. Does down him, but I don't think he knew it just yet. But it will be Castle coming around, picking off the shots onto Exclusive. There goes
there's some damage.
The impact grenade. It taps his feet, makes him back out, and he will pick up Jaeger. And with that, it's going to be the defenders with 3 remaining, the attackers with 4. 30 seconds left to go. Diffuser's in the hands of Talon. Now, he's got the lowest health on his team, but he also does have the shield, so he's going to make a move in. Coming up from behind. Oh, and it's going to be Valkyrie falling just at the moment. There's the C4 and by Montaigne. And Avian's able to get the shots into Delican, so now it is in the defender's favor. 10 seconds left to go. Diffuser is in kitchen, but there is Ash. Pushes on in, gets 1, but Avian is there to pick up the 2nd kill.
I liked a lot of the tries there, but everyone just massacred each other in that kitchen. Everyone fighting over it. I liked Zed coming in from the window, you know, trying to make that pinch, but getting picked off from Valkyrie really put a crimp in their strategy there, as he might have been able to make it work.
It's almost like when you go home for the holidays and mom's making the best mac and cheese. Everyone wants some, and there just wasn't enough, so they had to fight over it. And you know what? The defenders won.
Well, Montaigne got a good helping a C4 and an impact grenade, so seconds for him. They are bringing out that pulse you mentioned earlier. Interesting left pulse and a caviar here. Some definite change-ups. Looks like Exclusive still trying to decide what to play. Got to go with that Jaeger. Oh!
We're going to see Snake going with glass, and this is
tonight.
So this is the night for if you want to see different operators here in the Pro League, you've come to the right stream, the right time at the right games.
Yeah, I hope if nothing else, people that missed this tonight come back and watch the VODs, because if you want to see some different operators, we've got it.
What I think is awesome about these attempts and these trials on trying to get new operators into the meta is the fact that for so long we've seen the same operators' choices. Everyone knows where they're going to be, how to defend them, how to go attack them, how to counter-strat them. And with Favela, you're like, okay, I know what she does, but how is she going to do it?
Yeah.
You haven't played her enough to know. Same with the combination of Pulse and Favela together. Could be one thing that just is beautiful. And then also you've got Glass. Now, Glass he's not very well known to be played on maps, but he's also not foreign to this map in particular, because there is the long shots from red onto the control tower.
Yeah, we've definitely seen players that are good Glass players like Wilkie still occasionally use him on this map. But I'm definitely proud of my home NA trying new things out. We used to seeing EU lead a lot of the meta. NA trying their best to do that tonight. Although, I mean, to be fair, they are up 4 points to 0. This could be like, hey, you know what, let's try something different because we've got the points to play with.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if they close it out by totally tripping up what they're expecting, it could just be an easy 5-0 closeout. Definitely saw Ferocity put up a good fight on Favela, though. Now's their chance. They really got to win this round or it's over for them.
Taking a quick look at where all the defenders are. We see 2 inside a display. Talon is on the main stairs. We had Jaeger inside a server. Taking a look at Delican now. Delican's also inside a server. No one's even given a care right now at control.
Yeah, they all just want to fight around everywhere else.
Oh, and some bullets come in. Fortunately, though, was through a wall at a very long distance. Delican's able to escape with her life. But here's that glass angle we were talking about. Now, this is actually on the opposite side. I thought that he was on red, but he's outside by the construction spawn looking right over Blackbeard's head.
Well, that's new.
Very good angle, though. Avian's able to get the shots onto Zed, and he will jump out and will be killed off by the glass, but not before he's able to pick off Avian. Now, K9 is able to pick up Delican, and with that, it remains to be Talon and Kush. Kush is inside a server. I don't quite think he realizes that there is a glass out there, maybe. But the diffuser has been planted behind circle monitor. K9's on top of his typical red building, picks up the shots onto Kush, and Slash will finish it off for Orgless, 5-0, getting the shots onto Talon.
I like the window pitch. You've got Glass on one side, K9 with Thatcher on the other.
Yeah.
Like, don't walk in front of a window. That's what are we playing, lane now?
I mean, that's a meta a strat we haven't seen before. Yes, we've seen keep someone on top of red, open up all the doors and all the windows. Now you've got control of control.